Which city should you live in? If you're thinking about buying a home in Southeast Los Angeles County, two cities will almost always come up: Lakewood and Cerritos. On paper, they look similar. They sit next to each other, both are classic suburban communities, and both offer convenient access to Orange County and the rest of Los Angeles County. They're also very popular with buyers who want a traditional suburban lifestyle without moving too far from everything Southern California offers. But once you start looking at homes, the difference becomes clear. The housing stock, pricing, schools, HOA structure, and overall feel of each city are not the same. So in this video, we're going to break down the Lakewood versus Cerritos and focus on home prices, neighborhood feel, schools, HOA, commutes, shopping, lifestyle, home types, lot sizes, and the key pros and cons buyers should actually consider. Stick around to the end because I'll also break down which type of buyer each city tends to fit best. I'm Chris Wall with Onyx Homes. If you're thinking about buying, selling, or relocating anywhere in Lakewood, Long Beach, Cerritos, or nearby areas, this channel is here to help you understand what it's really like to live and buy here. Now, let's start with Lakewood. Lakewood is one of those cities where the neighborhoods immediately make sense when you drive through them. Most of the city was built during the post-World War II housing boom. So you'll see a lot of traditional single-family homes with consistent layouts, typically 3 bedrooms, 1 to 2 bathrooms, garages, and usable yards. It is a straightforward suburban environment, but not a uniform one. Different pockets of Lakewood, like Lakewood Mutual, Lakewood Park, Carson Park, and Mayfair, each have their own feel. Near Lakewood Country Club, homes tend to be larger and more expensive. So while Lakewood is often thought of as one market, it actually varies quite a bit depending on location. So what is Cerritos? Cerritos, just east of Lakewood, generally feels newer and more planned. Much of the city was developed in the 60s and 70s, which shows up in the architecture and layout. You'll see more 2-story homes, larger floor plans, and a higher percentage of 4-bedroom properties. The city is also known for being extremely well maintained, with landscaped streets, clean public spaces, and a very polished suburban feel. One of the biggest drivers of demand here is schools, which we'll cover shortly, but that demand also contributes to higher home prices compared to Lakewood next door. Home prices. This is where the comparison really starts to matter. Lakewood generally offers smaller single-family homes, often in the 1,000 to 1,600 square foot range, which creates a lower entry point for buyers. Cerritos, on the other hand, typically has larger homes and stronger school-driven demand, which pushes prices higher. But comparing the cities by price is misleading. What matters more is what you're actually getting. Bedrooms and bathrooms, square footage, lot size, condition, upgrades, school boundaries, monthly payment, HOA costs, and structure. Because you don't buy a median home, you buy one specific property. And that's where the real differences show up. Now, let's talk about schools. Schools are one of the biggest reasons buyers choose Cerritos. Much of the city is served by ABC Unified School District, and Whitney High School is often a major point of interest for families researching the area. However, school assignment is not automatic. Boundaries, enrollment rules, and admissions requirements all matter, so it's essential to verify each property directly with the district. Lakewood is more variable. Depending on the neighborhood, different school boundaries apply, which means 2 homes close to each other can fall into very different school situations. This is why you can't just choose a city based on reputation alone. You have to evaluate the exact address. Now, part 5, HOA differences. This is a big one. Here's something a lot of buyers don't realize until they start touring homes. HOA structure is very different between Lakewood and Cerritos. Lakewood has limited or no HOA in most areas. In most of Lakewood, especially the older single-family neighborhoods, there's typically no HOA. That means no monthly HOA dues in many areas, more flexibility with exterior changes within city rules, fewer community-wide restrictions, more variation in how homes are maintained. However, there are exceptions. Some newer townhomes or planned developments in Lakewood do have HOAs, but they are not the dominant structure in the city. So in Lakewood, you're often dealing with more city zoning rules than HOA rules. Cerritos, however, has more HOA-driven neighborhoods. Cerritos is very different. A much larger percentage of neighborhoods are part of HOA-managed communities, especially in planned developments and townhome-style areas. That typically means monthly HOA dues are common, more consistent neighborhood appearance, rules around exterior paint, landscaping, roofing, and modifications, shared amenities in some communities, pools, green belts, etc., stricter maintenance standards. The trade-off is important. Cerritos HOAs help maintain the clean, uniform, highly polished look the city is known for, but they also add an ongoing monthly cost and more restrictions on what you can do with your property. Why this matters. This is where buyers sometimes get surprised. A home in Cerritos might look similar in price to Lakewood at first glance, but once you add HOA dues, higher property taxes in some cases, and higher purchase price, the monthly difference can become significant. So when comparing these cities, you always want to ask, what are the HOA rules and what am I paying for every month? Now, Part 6, the homes themselves. Lakewood is known for its classic mid-century Southern California homes. Single-story layouts are common. 3 to 4 bedroom plans dominate, and many homes include detached garages and functional backyards. Because of the age of the housing stock, you'll find everything from original condition homes to fully remodeled properties. That creates flexibility. Some buyers want move-in ready, while others prefer to renovate and build equity. Cerritos generally offers more space. You'll see more 4-bedroom homes, 2-story layouts, and a larger interior square footage overall. So the simple way to think about it is Lakewood equals more traditional homes, often smaller, fewer HOA restrictions. Cerritos is larger homes, more planned communities, more HOA involvement. Now, commuting and location. Both cities are well located, but they serve slightly different commuting patterns. Lakewood is very close to Long Beach and offers quick access to major freeways like 605, 91, 405, and 710. It works well for people commuting into Long Beach, parts of Los Angeles County, and northern Orange County. On the other hand, Cerritos also has strong freeway access, especially 91 605, making a popular choice to split between Orange County and LA County. But commute times in Southern California are highly dependent on timing, so it's important to test your actual drive during real commute hours, not just look at a map. Now, shopping, food, and lifestyle. Lakewood is anchored by the Lakewood Center and benefits heavily from its proximity to Long Beach. That means easy access to beaches, nightlife, restaurants, entertainment are just minutes away. Rather, Cerritos has its own commercial base, including the Los Cerritos Center, the Auto Square, and a variety of restaurants and retail throughout the city. It also features standout amenities like the Cerritos Center for the Performing Arts and the Cerritos Library. In short, Lakewood feels more connected to Long Beach and surrounding cities, whereas Cerritos feels more self-contained and intentionally planned. Now, Part 9, lots, ADUs, and future potential. One thing buyers often overlook is long-term flexibility. Lakewood properties frequently include detached garages and layouts that can support future ideas like ADUs, home offices, and expansions depending on the zoning and lot constraints. Cerritos also has properties with strong lot potential, but everything is highly property specific. The key takeaway, don't assume what's possible based on a neighborhood. Always verify the exact property. Now for the pros and cons. The pros of Lakewood are they're more affordable entry point, traditional single family homes, single story options, close to Long Beach, established neighborhoods, fewer HOAs, and there's more renovation opportunities. The cons, older housing stock, smaller average homes, school boundaries vary widely, and competitive remodeled listings. Now, the pros for Cerritos are they're larger in floor plans, strong school reputation, well-maintained planned neighborhoods, great OC access, strong suburban feel, and consistent HOA managed communities. However, it's a stronger price point, and the HOAs are expensive. A lot of rules, and you cannot change your property as much. Now, who should buy in Lakewood? Lakewood tends to fit buyers who want a single family home without needing maximum square footage, a lower monthly payment or entry price point, proximity to Long Beach, a home they can update over time, no or fewer HOA restrictions, and a more traditional suburban. It's especially strong for first-time buyers moving up from condos or apartments. Now, who should buy in Cerritos? Cerritos tends to fit buyers who prioritize larger homes with more space, strong school considerations, a highly maintained suburban environment, HOA managed consistency and amenities, and then close to LAOC commute and have the budget for a higher price point. The key question isn't whether Cerritos is better, it's whether the added cost and HOA structure match your priorities. The mistake to avoid. The biggest mistake buyers make is choosing a city first and forcing the home to fit afterward. Instead, start with your real monthly budget, including HOA fees, your must-haves, bedrooms, bathroom size, condition, school, commute, and your long-term plans. Once those are clear, the right city often becomes obvious, and sometimes it's not even Lakewood or Cerritos. Nearby areas like Bellflower or Cypress, La Palma may actually fit better depending on your goals. The better question is not what's the best city, it's what's the best city for me. Now, if you're considering Lakewood, Cerritos, or nearby areas, I offer a buyer strategy session where we map out everything: budget, monthly payment, neighborhoods, HOA costs, and priorities, so you can compare real homes instead of guessing online. You can schedule through the link in the description, and if you're researching the area, subscribe for more breakdowns of Lakewood, Long Beach, and surrounding cities. For another comparison, check out my Lakewood versus Long Beach video next. I'm Chris Wall with Onyx Homes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.